Audible and visible to every one of you. You can give me thumbs up. Yeah. We will put another 1 minute and let's say, like, if he joins, we'll of course continue and we'll start the session. We can go to start the session. We can
your voice is cracking, sir.
Yes, once all of them have joined, we can.
Just a second. Yeah. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay. I'll request all the panelists to switch on their cameras and of course their mic. All the panelists to switch on.
Hello, you are not audible.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. So once again, very warm Saturday good morning to every one of you. My name is Nilesh. I'm the head of B2B growth at BrightCHAMPS. This is a
very good morning to you too.
Good morning. Yes,
episode today on the. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks. So today is the NEP day. We are completing 3 years of launching new education policy. Yeah. On this day, 2020, we launched a new education.
Your voice is cracking, Melissa.
your voice is yeah.
Almost 35 years back. That's in launched into just a second. I'll check the internet.
Right.
Just a second. I'll come back in a minute.
In the meantime, good morning, Shalini ma'am and Aruna ma'am. Good morning, Miss
Good
Poonam.
morning.
Good morning, Aruna.
Thank you. Good morning.
So I think we all are in sync. So the Nilesh sir is
Absolutely.
having some,
I presume we are able to hear each other very clearly.
Absolutely. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. They are having, I think, network issue. Naveen sir and who's there? Nilesh Kaude sir.
Yes, ma'am. I think Nilesh has
I think I have the issue. Just a second. I'm just checking. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
May have to switch off my camera for a while. Just a second. Yeah. Are we good to go now? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yes.
There might be connection issues. Yeah. Okay.
Again, same thing.
Yeah. This is the 4th episode of.
Hello. Hello.
Again, there is a glitch in voice.
NEP Bright Talks total with an attention and simultaneously the third sitting with other panels.
Hello. Hello, Nilesh sir. Hello.
Recording stopped.
I think Nilesh will join like after 2-3 minutes, I guess. We'll wait now.
Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Sorry for this disturbance. Let's start. Okay. So today, on the special occasion of NEP Day, we organized this unique event, calling every, let's say, the school leaders to join us and give their insights, valuable insights, their thoughts on different aspects. Okay. We will be in this episode, fourth episode, we'll be talking about future of entrepreneurial education in school, challenges and solution. Okay. Joining with me, Shalini Saraf ma'am, who is the Honorable Principal of Reims International School and Junior College.
Thank you.
Poonam Raika ma'am, who is the Honorable Principal of the Raika School. Okay.
Thank you.
Aruna ma'am, who is the Honorable Principal of PDEA SHARADABAI PAWAR English Medium School. So welcome all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, let's start from the very fundamental question. When I see NEP as a document, for entire education sector, it's a 66-page document. And when we actually find entrepreneurship as a word, there is only single time it is mentioned. Entrepreneurs as a word, there are only 3 times it is mentioned. So how do you see as a school leader, NEP is looking into entrepreneurial skill building program among the school children? Does the NEP gives that much emphasis on this aspect? Shalini ma'am, I would like to take it this view from you.
You are asking me, Mr. Nilesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So see, basically what I understand is entrepreneurship is something that we should start from a quite early age, somewhere around grade 6 onwards. I'm sure my other colleagues would also agree to it, because the moment we start teaching them profit and loss in mathematics, that is where they should understand what is profit and what is loss and how is it expected to be. As early as possible from grade 6 onwards, and it will definitely foster creativity and innovation into them. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, Shalini ma'am, you are.
Yeah. See, as I mentioned, it fosters creativity and innovation. Younger minds, with younger minds, they try and create a lot of new things. They come up with new ideas, and it instills self-confidence into them, so that they start understanding that yes, I am able to do a certain thing. Profit and loss, of course, it will be an integration of 2 things, 2 subjects altogether: entrepreneurship along with mathematics, where they understand 2 concepts and integration of both. Then eventually it also, if in case we encourage them into doing a certain, or if even in case we do not encourage them into actually doing a business, or even if we just ask them into, a small marketplace that is created within the classroom, it helps them into understanding each and every process that goes into being an entrepreneur. I hope that answers your questions. Plus,
Yes.
it also helps them into building up resilience. Like, for example, if I have thought of a certain project, but it doesn't pick up well with my colleagues or with my co-friends, then eventually that makes me rethink, and the critical thinking eventually develops into them.
So, yeah, taking forward from Poonam ma'am, how you see NEP looks into entrepreneurship skill building programs among the school children. Is it too early, as Shalini ma'am was saying, should start from the 6th standard onwards? So what is your take on this particular thought, starting from the 6th standard onward, let's say? Is it too early or it is necessary, ma'am?
No, it's absolutely necessary, and I agree with Shalini ma'am, and I'm very sure that Aruna ma'am might be agreeing on the same. We all 3 are on the same page, being the stakeholders for implementation of the NEP at our place. Now, as per my thought and my views, I feel that entrepreneurship needs to be inculcated. 6th standard is the right age, as Shalini ma'am has emphasized on it. Apart from that, it requires many key ingredients which needs to be developed and instilled into the children. For example, it starts right from understanding of the opportunity. It requires seeking the opportunities at the right time. It requires playing with the innovative ideas. It would be to have that open and adaptive mindset, right? Okay. Also, slowly and gradually, as Shalini ma'am just gave an example of mathematics, that as soon as the children start learning profit and loss. Okay, so obviously, at the end of the day, entrepreneurship is all about understanding the financial skills and managing them, right? Okay, but along with that, the risk taking, along with that, accepting the failure, and then going further to innovate and creating a successful model for it. That is what is required, and the schools, I think, they are ready to implement it in a much more better manner. I would just add one point to it. Why not start? The schools can start with small initiative like involving the students from sixth grade onwards into small administrative duties. For example, when it comes to the counseling, or when it comes into managing the records, they can start helping over there to understand how the whole entrepreneurship model works. This is what are my views regarding it.
Yeah, Aruna ma'am,
I believe that's a platform that we already give to the students in terms of student councils that we have starting from grade 6 onwards. They develop leadership skills.
Absolutely.
Yeah, same thing. I just want to continue with this. I completely agree with Shalini ma'am and Poonam ma'am. So, I can give you example of Scout Guide, which we have at our school. So, yes, so there is one activity of Khari Kamai. So, I can relate that Khari Kamai with this. So, as per my opinion, it is not too, I can say that never too soon to start the entrepreneurship education in the schools. By introducing students to entrepreneurship at a young age, we can nurture their entrepreneurial spirit and help them develop essential skills that will be valuable throughout their life. Okay, so this curricular Kamai is really useful for the children. In our school, they put up the stalls and food stalls, especially on the children day, and they earn money from them, and sometimes they go to help to their elder friend, we can say that, like in their societies they go, they sometimes help to the older people in the society and earn 5 rupees 10 rupees from them. So from there we are developing such kind of a quality among them. And with this I can also say that it is early exposure to entrepreneurship education allows to explore their interest, discover their strengths, and gain practical experiences in running small businesses or the projects. So through this we are doing that. This hands-on approach, I can say that, prepare them to real world challenges and enhances their ability to adapt of changing circumstances also. With this, I can say that moreover, entrepreneurship education not only benefits those who aspire to become entrepreneurs, but also cultivates an entrepreneurial mindset among all those students. With this, I can say that this mindset encourages innovation, as ma'am said, that resilience and a proactive approach towards the problem solving. Sometimes quality, good different qualities are developed among them, as leadership quality we are developing from 6th standard onward. So that are highly sought after in today's rapidly evolving job market, is it? So this curriculum is definitely useful for them. And with this, I believe that implementing entrepreneurship in education in the school segment as per the NEP 2020 is a step in the right direction. Okay, it provides students with opportunities for personal growth, foster creativity and innovation, and also prepares them for future success in various fields. So this is what it from my side.
True, ma'am. We have Prakash sir joining us from his busy schedule. Of course, Prakash sir, very good morning to you. And we just started this session. We were talking about how the NEP looking into entrepreneurial skill building programs among the school children. So I first mentioned, like, there is only one time it is being mentioned in the entire 66-page document of NEP, the word entrepreneurship. So I would like to take your thoughts on this same part, like, how NEP is looking into entrepreneurial skill building program among school children. Prakash sir, you're on mute, sir. Prakash sir, you're on mute.
Yeah, can you hear?
Yes, sir, you're on
Yes,
mute.
sir.
Good morning, all. Thank you all
morning.
for
Morning,
giving me
sir.
an opportunity to present myself over this channel and at this panel. I had been studying NEP for a long time. I had been delivering lectures on this, and then this subject was in my mind to discuss, and it has come up to me. So here I would like to say that it's a welcome decision that the NEP has included this portion into NEP, and being a developing nation like India and a huge population, we need entrepreneurs who would be part of the development in the coming times. Now it's about developing entrepreneurship initially, meaning we need to understand when we converse with the students or talk to the student, we need to understand these are the students who will be the entrepreneurs of the next generation, and how do we deal with them? We need to tell them that education is necessary, definitely, but then looking at the scenario outside, we need to find out some way other than working 8 to 4 or 4 to 12. We need to become independent businessmen which will make them a decision maker and a contributor into the GDP of our country.
True, sir. True. True.
And
So,
along with this, yeah,
please, sir. Yeah.
you want to say something?
Sir, please.
Yeah. Now, how do we see this entrepreneurship education program? So one of the key skills here, it is the development of skills and competencies. Teachers needs to be trained. Not all the time a teacher might be a businessman. He could be, but then should we call a businessman to explain what is entrepreneurship? Definitely yes. Or can we go to the companies and collaborate schools with the students from the secondary grade 6 to 12 to be a part of this industrial belt where they can get some kind of apprenticeship where they learn what is exactly development happening in our country and how the country is progressing rapidly. So it's a flexible approach from the schools. We need to take it seriously that we need to have the schools to think about this kind of area wherein we are not creating only the job seekers. We want people who can think beyond that and flexibly work on their thoughts and be creative and implement the ideas with the skills and the education. So for that, we need to have curriculum which will give us the insight into how we can make the children understand that this is also a necessary part for the coming education in today's times. After 34 years, the NEP has come up, and then what education we did and what education we are teaching, there is a huge difference. Nowadays, the question papers have the questions from the textbook, but all the answers are in textbook, but the questions are not there. So the students must read the textbooks carefully, and along with that, they also should have outlook that what is my role in this current situation when India is progressing digitally. What is my role? We cannot simply force them to create a job seeker, but we want them to think beyond that and be a entrepreneur, start their own businesses, and then with the business, they should be trained to understand what is a failure.
True, sir.
Everybody cannot get success, but then with success, we go ahead, but with the failure also we go ahead. We just have to give them a multi-skilled approach to this generation and give them some sort of value education and the life education skills. Holistic approach has to be there uh, along with the curriculum and the trainings.
Sure, sir. Yeah.
And how do we create awareness among the parents? So is that we have to explain them that the today's education is challenging, and a lot of skills are coming up. We cannot just think of A for apple. We have to go for multi words, wherein the student has to enrich their language. Reading skill has to be developed, writing skill has to be developed, understanding has to be developed, and the outlook has to be developed. What I did, what I wanted, that you become. It should not be. Let's give the child opportunity to explore their ideas. We might come up with some of the great businessmen of today's times.
Definitely, we'll look forward, and this 25 years are Amrit Kal, as our Prime Minister Modi ji said. This is a very promising time period that the generation is going to having, and we as an entrepreneur, and let's say we as a leaders, have that responsibility to make it happen. But Poonam ma'am, I want to take it next question. Yes, it is very much necessary. Everyone, one of us is agreeing on this point. But there are a lot of challenges. Syllabus.
Right.
One of the challenges, let's say, curriculum integration is there, training of the teachers is there.
Absolutely.
Studying from very content and its delivery and the training part. Let's say ensuring the outcome, the execution. So how you see, let's say, when it comes to the having such kind of the programs, particularly entrepreneurial skill building program, with the academic program, how we integrate, when it comes to the content, let's say, and the curriculum integration part of these programs.
Listen, what I feel over here is we being as a stakeholders, okay, we can create the awareness by involving the parent. Okay, the parent needs to be involved. We need the support and the to help that risk-taking attitude. Okay, that mindset that is required to develop that entrepreneurship into the children, that needs to be focused upon. So obviously the child is going to need the support of the parents, the friends, the society, and so on, because throughout it has been observed that the society and the parent as well as the friends, they would try to averse the risk. There should there should be less of innovation, or that risk taking should not be there. Even today, when we are for example, when I'm meeting the parents, we see that they're like, no man, we just want them to have a secure job. Okay, so that security, coming out of that comfort zone, is what is the need of an hour. So that is what I would like to focus on, that creating the awareness and having that supportive attitude, so that the child is free to explore the new areas where their actual interest lies. So I am very sure that everyone would agree, you start enjoying your work, okay, when you have passion for it. Otherwise, it becomes just a 9 to 5 job where it becomes monotonous and there is no creativity or innovation into it. But once you start loving what you're doing, okay, so then the enjoyment comes, then the experimentation comes, then the innovation comes in front. So that preparing the children, okay, in developing that mindset, asking the parents and creating their awareness to keep that support for the children. Once the children are understanding this, okay, where their interest is lying, they are definitely going to be, or I should say, they'll be wonderful entrepreneurs for the future and helping out in shaping India in a better way. Apart from this, the innovations, or I should say, this has already been started. There are Tinker Labs which are there in schools, which are functional. So once the child understands and reaches the intersection, where is their interest and how they're supposed to pursue it, they will definitely have that clarity and will start working on that particular direction.
True. So you are saying the mindset change,
the mindset change is required.
Awareness part plays a very
absolutely very important role.
But even the parents came from the the previous generation, so they make aware about the programs. Ma'am,
I would just like to add one more point to it. As you had mentioned, the entrepreneurship word has been only mentioned once in the whole document. Okay, but then we are developing that entrepreneurship mindset. The first step has to be that vocational training, right? Okay, so vocational training has already been started. For example, I was just reading the newspaper today morning and we came across that Ferguson College has already started the vocational and skill building courses. In that, I would like to highlight the translation department. The course which is there for translation has got the maximum response. So the first step to develop that entrepreneurship attitude into the children, the first step has to be the training part. which the schools or the colleges and the other stakeholders have already started. So vocational training has become a part of the education and academics.
That's super. Yeah, Shalini ma'am, coming to your the second challenge here is the training part.
Yes.
Who is going to be I would say the flag bearer of this particular initiative. Teachers, how we can train the teachers, how every aspect related with the training would be taken care of now.
So teachers are directly connected to the children. This is what I would say, because eventually they are the role models for the children. So if I explain it in a manner that we start DIY activities in schools, small DIY activities, even from the younger age. Take it pre-primary as also, even the folding of a t-shirt or or for that matter, tying your own shoelaces is starting them to become independent. That is from where the teachers can take the role. And then eventually it can be on a progression level. Gradually, grade specific, we can have it one after the another, instead of just jumping onto conclusions and putting them into adverse positions, like how Ms. Poonam mentioned. It has to be very, very packed in the curriculum in such a manner that they don't feel that constraint at all. Children should feel it, and of course there should be certain level of gratification also. The moment the child feels that, oh, this is something that I am just doing for the sake of doing, then doesn't make any sense into it. As you mentioned, that we should start some kind of an internship program for the students. That is where they get to know that, yes, if I'm doing a certain kind of a training, or I'm getting into any kind of a DIY activity or any kind of an internship, I will be achieving something out of it. Unfortunately, our entire education system is of gratification, whether it is in terms of marks or it is in terms of certifications. A very sad situation, but yes, unfortunately, it's the truth. Even for the parents are just looking into marks and not an overall development of the student. And as schools, when we put it across that this is something that will help the child into gaining better admissions, because eventually nowadays, universities are not into marks and money. They are more into the overall development of the child, vocational and voluntary work, what the child has done. This is where such kind of things will help the children into getting better admissions, better space in good colleges. So as far as teacher training is concerned, our teachers are well equipped. It's just that that push is required for that gratification thing from the parents also. It should it's a two-way process, Mr. Nilesh. It's not just from the school side. Only if the parents are also agreeing into certain things, that yes, if the child is into an internship program with the school as an integrated program, then my child will benefit. It's not just the marks that are required, it's the skill that is also required for the child.
True. So even after completing all even after putting this in execution, even after, let's say, we start the program, how we can, Aruna, I'll take it this from you, how we can measure the outcome. Let's say, in case of the academic subject, they have to give the exam and they get the marks. And when it comes to such kind of skill building program,
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am. You're audible.
Basically, it's collaboration.
Yeah. So just you told me to explain, sir, Nilesh, sir.
Yeah. Aruna ma'am, I want to have your thoughts on this, how to measure the outcome, of such kind of the programs, through the assessment, through internship, or through any other way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir. So entrepreneurship education is a crucial component. I can say that preparing individuals for a dynamic and ever-evolving business landscape. So to ensure its effectiveness, it is essential to structure entrepreneurship education just like an other subject, academic subject, I can say. Firstly, incorporating a structured curriculum is key of this. Similar to traditional academic subjects, entrepreneurship education should have a well-defined syllabus that outline the learning objectives, topics to be covered, and expected outcomes. This provides subjects with a clear roadmap of what they will learn and achieve throughout the course. So, with this, I can say that secondly, practically it should be emphasized. Just as in students gain hands-on experience in science labs or practice solving math problems, or entrepreneurship education should offer opportunities for the students to apply their knowledge in the real world scenarios. Even this can be include with case studies, I can say that, or even starting their own ventures under the guidance of the person who is very famous in the particular business. Or fourth one, I can say that assessment method should be aligned with those used in the academic subjects. Assignments like exams and the projects can be designed to evaluate students' understanding of entrepreneurial concepts and their ability to apply them effectively. In addition to these structural aspects, collaboration with industry professionals that will be done, or inviting successful entrepreneurs as the guest speakers, or organizing the internships and mentorships programs can provide students with invaluable insights into the practical aspects of the entrepreneurship. So by structuring this these kind of assessments, just any other academic subject, to a well-defined curriculum, practical application of the knowledge, or appropriate assessment methods and industry collaboration, we can ensure that aspiring entrepreneurs receive comprehensive training that prepares them for success in the business world. This is from my side, sir.
Absolutely, ma'am. Yeah. Poonam, ma'am, like, when it comes to the measuring this tangible outcome, to let's say assessment or any other way. Let's say I would like to know your experience, from the school lead, let's say you as a school leader, how your school is taking care of building this entrepreneurial, programs and achieving the outcomes. Let's say.
Yes, there is, sir. Yes, sir. I would just like to, share an anecdote regarding this. Okay, I'll just take you to a bit of flashback. When we were in school, I am an alumni of St. Thomas School, which is in Kharki. Okay, so when we were in school, we had a subject called work experience, where we were supposed to, create bags, or have that, I should say, painting of the pots, and all that creativity work was done, right? So now we had a class fellow who had made the pot in the class and had scored a very good mark, A plus in it. Okay, has got a good grade for it, and then in out itself, he sold that pot for around 150 to 200 rupees, and in those time, around in, I should say, 90s. Okay, so now the entrepreneurship, again connecting that particular thing to the present situation. Now the parents are, I should say, more aware about it. So why not again go back to the old lines and have those kind of tuck shops in the school itself. So whatever the child has created in the school, let it be a small artwork that the child has prepared with the help of the art teacher, or maybe some best out of waste activity that the child has done, or some painting work, or something related to that. Why not have a tuck-in shops in the school itself, where the children are selling their wares to the parent itself? If we could do it, because this is what we are planning to have it this year in the school, that whatever things would be made in the school, in a quarter, we are planning to arrange a exhibition kind of a thing, where the children are going to sell their goods. So this will also develop the salesmanship into the children. Again, going back to one more thing, okay, the anecdote that I would like to say. I'm very sure all of us used to receive a form from school, from the Blind Man Association, and we used to go from home to home to ask for funds.
Ask money. Yes.
Right. Okay. And then the one who used to collect the maximum number of funds, yes, used to get a small momentum. Why not work on the same lines? Okay, we had those convincing skills, going to a particular house, convincing that that aunt or that uncle who is there, and explaining the whole process. Why can't we have it again this time? Okay, so presently also, if we start developing few things, okay, what my thought on NEP is, it is just like a Gurukul system which we had it earlier. The gist of it, if I just want to explain it in one line, it is we are like going back to the old traditional form, just in an updated manner. So these things can be done. Again, the field trips, okay, or the internship which ma'am had already spoken about, the interactions with the persons from the the successful entrepreneurs, or I should say someone special doing a wonderful work in that particular field, can be called for an interview or an interaction with the children, which I'm very sure even if it motivates one child, that child is going to create a difference for the whole development of that country. So, if we have such interactions on a regular basis, we are creating a future generation who are going to be the job givers, okay, rather than just seeking the jobs.
Nilesh
So
sir,
this is what I feel.
Nilesh sir, can I add with this?
Please, ma'am, please.
Yeah, so as I told you that we should call the resource persons in the schools to talk with the children. So we have the parents resource program in our school. So wherein like monthly any one of the parent who is coming to school, who is well known in his particular field or in her particular field, and she explained that to my children. She or he or she give the practicals to the children. So that is also published in the newspapers, that we call it parent schooling. So this is what is we can relate with I think Poonam ma'am's views. I'm calling these people to my school, even the ex-students of the school, those who are good in their careers, like two of students from my school, those who are directors, and we call them in the school annual function, and we ask them to guidelines to the other children, those who are making short movies in the school. So in this way, we worked on it, sir. So definitely it may be useful for other people also.
Shalini, ma'am,
Surely, I will take it ahead from both of you, very intelligent colleagues that I have today. As mentioned very rightly by Ms. Poonam also, such small things like how we used to do in our early age of our life, the work experience, as I mentioned, the DIY thing nowadays.
Right.
We can explore it a little bit more, and in such a manner that we can align it with today's world. In our times it was on a certain level, and today with whatever the current scenario is, we can align it in such a manner that it becomes more I wouldn't say profitable, but more relatable to the children of our age. During our times, the awareness was very limited, but nowadays, at the click of a button, you get every single information. The AIs have become really extensively, the children have become pro in every single thing. So basically, the awareness is what is to be created. And as far as entrepreneurial skills are concerned, children have it. Every single child, it's just the polishing that we have to do. And of course, it's just not the school that will be able to do it unless and until it's a bonding parent. Nothing can be done. Stakeholders have to be a part of each and every event wherein we are able to build up the entire personality of the child, because it has to be collaborative with the parents. And yes, of course, they should be aware of what is happening and what would be the outcome of it.
Outcomes,
If as a school, yes, if as a school I just start something abruptly without making the parents aware, but natural there will be an outburst of of questions: why, what, when, where, how.
yes,
So
yes,
if we make it a collaborative affair with the parents, maybe with you through newsletters, communications, emails, whatsoever, have a PTA meeting, all such, it really helps. And as Ms. Aruna said, that we can have alumni meets, we can have guest lectures who are experts in certain fields. We can have them with us. With guest lectures, the best part is that you don't have to do trial and error. You already get the final outcome of the trial and error that is done by the expert already. So as a student, I don't have to get again into and go down deep into the well and check the depth of the well. The expert has already done it. All I need to do is improvise as per my requirement. So as teachers, we can facilitate them with all such innovative ideas also, and make such things available to them. With the help of collaborations from parents, it can really work wonders, and we'll have super leaders and super entrepreneurs in our country. which
ma'am.
can be really, eventually, as Mr. Bhapkar said, that which leads to the GDP of the country.
True. So
Yeah.
of course, there is we are aiming to become a 5 trillion economy in a coming year. So
Absolutely.
it's very much important for us, to build entrepreneurial skills among every child and as everyone correctly mentioned, this is the right age care of taking help from the every stakeholder, whether it's let's say from the student themselves, they are the stakeholder of entire thing, right? So what they want actually, let's say from the learner point of view, from the parents'
Correct.
point of view, what is their view? Let's say from the teachers' point of view, a school leaders' point of view, and even the the organizations like BrightCHAMPS, so we can have a collaborative
Yes.
efforts and
Yes.
make this happen. So,
Absolutely.
Bhapkar, concluding with you, sir, what's your take on this entire thing? Entrepreneurial skill building programs. Just a concluding remark, quickly, sir. Prakash, sir.
Yeah, I would say like role of the school in the entrepreneurial education is very crucial. The school should allow the students to explore and develop their skills, uh, and also be a part of the holistic approach towards the education. And teachers training is must required for all the schools. They can collaborate with the industries or companies so that teachers gets a hands-on experience before the students go for any kind of apprenticeship. And we can closely be a part of the industrial development. The industries, yeah, and learn the technical part of the business is also yeah, one of the area where I would like to focus on. Yeah, fine. That's all from my side. All the panelists have given a lot of good inputs for me. I am part of learning also. And then that was a welcome speech by everyone. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
As we are concluding this session, I had a very amazing discussion with every one of you, and I'm very grateful to have this session to trainer skills. Definitely, there are challenges, but here challenges as a generation of time and create the necessary outcome. So once again, just to conclude, I would say BrightCHAMPS is the total organization, which one of the program that we have is the entrepreneurship, which is accredited by the iVenture ISP. Coming with definitely will approach every one of you program will see moving forward to building this 21st century skills, which is concluding this. Uh, Thank you so much once again. Thank you so
Right, very true.
much once again.
Very.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.